Monday, December 12th. This is a end of the day SPY recap. You can see here on the daily chart, we end up with a strong green bar to the upside, closed near the high of the day, 2 up day, taking out the high the previous day and kind of starting above the midpoint of the prior day and right near the the pre-market highs and working our way above that. In terms of the price action itself, like I discussed in the morning, we were kind of we had a little range here. Where we were starting out a little bit higher from yesterday's close, and the first bar we just kind of started down, but that ended up neutral. Then we went essentially like 5 or 6 bars inside in a row, which consolidated, and then you had the breakout. So there's your buy signal for the day. Very classic type of trade with, directionally, you just kind of watch the first move of the day. You don't really get anything. It kind of stays inside, but you're near the highs of the pre-market, and then the breakout to the upside. So the bias was here all day to the upside. There was no reason, nothing price action-wise to get us short, even though I was kind of expecting, possibly on the shooter bar going lower, and then on the weekly chart, the red bar working its way, lower towards that next target, given we closed strongly red. Now, on the weekly chart, we're still just inside of the prior week at the moment on the first day here. So, we could just hold up here and eventually head lower. But at this point, we got to take out this yellow line, which I drew in play right here. That's the open of the week on the daily chart. That's the open of today. Any move now, we're going to, we'll see if we, that starts down either tomorrow, Wednesday, whatever. We'll have to take out that yellow line to turn the weekly chart back to red. And then we might get that follow through that we were looking for. But for now, the bias is a little bit up to start the week. And that's what price action, does. Even though you might be anticipating follow through lower, you watch today's price action, it just only gave you an up signal all day. And for me, looking at the stocks, certain stocks like the Netflix were down all day. There was no reason to be going long, even though, it curled up near the end of the day. But other stocks like Nvidia had more of an up opening and a 2 down failure. I try to buy that one here on the breakout. And then a stock like Coinbase also had more of up price action to start the day. Secondary buy here, which I bought, and it moved up. Other stocks, like I said, Meta, where it was more down on the day. Apple could have been a good consolidation buy, like kind of the SPY itself, and then other stocks like Roku. I mean, here are some of the stocks I followed were just down all day below the pre-market action, started the day down. So you had to find the right stocks. Even Tesla was a very weak stock today. This could have been a good sell, and the opening bar had kind of directional move down all day. So it was definitely a mixed day, but when you were looking at the up bias, you had to search for the right stocks like Coinbase, like Nvidia, that were above their pre-market highs, above the midpoint of yesterday, and had the decent structure on the day on the 15-minute chart to possibly buy. But for now, the SPY, we're holding on the monthly chart. If you remember, we discussed can we get below the midpoint of the prior month to really turn this month, December all the way down. As of now, we didn't. We hit the midpoint. We didn't go much lower. And if anything, we're starting to form a little bit of a buying tail here. And if we can get a little bit of up action after these CPI numbers and interest rate, announcements, reactions, maybe this month is going to be just pulling back a little bit to start the month and then getting green again by, as December goes on, and we'll be working our way to those upper targets. So for now, I'm going to, stick to, it's going to be key to see how the market really reacts to the number tomorrow, CPI and interest rate announcement Wednesday. But overall, we still have this uptrend going. You can almost sense the bottom of the channel here, starting back up green and maybe working our way up at this point. And it's going to be interesting, see how, again, the market reacts to these numbers. But at least we have some levels now to monitor. Yellow line, we got to get below to really continue that downtrend. If not, we could very well be kind of following through to the upside, and we'll see on this weekly chart if we just continue higher and actually end up with a 2 up week after a 2 down week. And again, the weekly chart did take out its first target. This 2 down week did hit this, broadening it right here. In other words, these 2 bars were a compound outside bar of this bar. Even though this next target was very close, you kind of expected it to be hit. It doesn't mean it has to. So again, inside on this bar, but we'll see if we kind of start up now, and we'll really see how the market reacts to some of this data tomorrow and the interest rates on Wednesday.